My name is Patrick Daniel. I'm one of the producers of Mortified here in Austin. And Mortified, when Mortified started in 2002, our founder David Nadelberg found a love letter that he had written to someone that he didn't end up with. And he decided to just take it and read it in front of a group of strangers. And it sort of evolved into this phenomenon. So right now Mortified is in 9 different cities. The Austin chapter is turning 2 years old tonight. So this is our birthday party. Thank you so much for being out. Mortified is a comic excavation of adolescent artifacts, journals, diaries, poems, home movies, shared by the original authors, the people who made them. So what you should be expecting tonight is that people are going to come up here and just share these things with you, their journals, and your job is to laugh along, hopefully not too much at them, but enjoy. So right now, put your hands together for the 7 souls, 7 brave souls that tonight are about to be mortified.
Overlooked me. I was certain I was a failure. I couldn't get a date. I was also very sensitive, very hyper-aware. You know, when other boys were playing football, snapping towels, I was writing in my journal. In it, I wrote my romantic struggles, my quest for love. In fact, the name of my journal was called The Quest for Love. I saw myself as a young philosopher. I would often sprinkle my journal with Zen-like sayings that you would hear. Also, I named my diary Carrie, and to give you a little bit explanation, I went to a summer camp and dated a girl named Carrie for 2 days. And then I went on my overnight trip, like you do in camp, and came back and she had a new boyfriend, yet somehow she was so important to me that I dedicated my journal to her for an entire year. November 20th, 1990. Dear Carrie, this is going to be the record of my life. I'm going to write all about my feelings and thoughts and problems in here. Sometimes people try too hard. Sometimes I try too hard. But this is fun. Being 13 is fun. Being alive should be fun. Love, Nat. November 22nd. Dear Carrie, I'll probably go roller skating tomorrow. Hopefully I'll meet somebody there. I just have to remember to be myself. If I were to meet me, I probably wouldn't like me. I called you today. You sounded so happy. You're so lucky. Your life is like camp. I hope you call me back. Love, Nat. November 24th. Dear Carrie, you never call me back. This girl, Liz, liked me at skating. I didn't like her, so she started crying. I felt really bad because I know how that feels. Love, Nat. Life is a bowl of cherries, and we are the pits. November 26th. Today was okay. I'm feeling really bad about myself. I talked to Rachel today, and she was all happy and talked about how everyone likes her and how cool she is. I can't stand her. I have no one to turn to and talk to about this. There's only you, but you're long distance. I wish you would call me. Love, Nat. Life is hard, and we are all erections. December 3rd, 1990. Dear Carrie, I like a girl named Stephanie. During 7th hour, I told this girl, Gina, that there's someone who likes Stephanie. She kept trying to get it out of me, who was it? But I wouldn't tell her because the person's me. She asked if it was a boy that girls thought were cute. I asked if that mattered. Because I know I'm not cute. I wish I were cute for a day. Love, Nat. Life is a Kodak moment. December 10th. Dear Carsie, tomorrow is Hanukkah. That's a Jewish holiday where you celebrate it for 8 days. I also celebrate Christmas. Love, Nat. December 11th. Dear Carsie, I'm sad. It's very, very sad. My own friends are talking about me. My love life sucks. I'm in love with Stephanie. Now let me take a time out here to show you a picture of the girl that I was obsessed with. This is Stephanie. And as you'll see on the back, she wasn't that into me. Her was very casual and generic, but she didn't really like herself much either, which I didn't really realize till about yesterday. I guess I might as well write her a letter and tell her how I feel and get rejected. I feel like crying. What's going to happen to me? Am I ever going to find true love? Help me, someone. Why won't you help me? Love, me. December 12th. Dear Carsie, I went on a trip to Madison today. I didn't talk to Steph at all because I was scared I would say something wrong. And even if she likes me, her friends will probably laugh at her. I found out this girl named Heather G likes me though. She's nice, but she has pruny hands. Wish me luck, Carsie. Love, you. P.S. Tonight is the 5th night of Hanukkah. So far, I've got my own phone, a camera, money, and a vanilla ice tape. Cool, huh? December 6, 1990. Dear Carsie, I'm so sad. All these weeks I've been trying to look good, say the right things, do the right things, and I've wasted my time. I asked Steph to the dance. At the end of the dance, I asked her to dance. She said she already promised Steve. Steve is a new kid at school. His hair is all messy, but somehow girls still like him. He's outgoing. I don't know what to do. And right next to this, I swear this is true, I drew a picture of a broken heart and circled the place where I had cried on the page and wrote the word tear. P.S. Here is a list of people I don't like. Ricardo, Ryan, Bree, Richard, and Steve. January 12th, 1991. Dear Carsie, well, today was so-so, At one point, I thought about giving you up. Then I realized that sometimes you're all I have when I'm depressed. I'm having second thoughts about showing this journal to you. There are things in here that are too personal to show anyone. Maybe I'll make a copy of it and cross out those parts. This morning I was waiting for a bus for about a half an hour, and then I took the city bus because my bus didn't show up. When I got off the first bus, I waited for a second bus for another half an hour. But I was very cold. So I went into a gas station, and a stranger said that he would drive me. I had no choice but to say yes. Love, Nat. February 13th. Not the greatest day. That Christy girl doesn't like me, or so she told my friend Becky. Becky said, she thinks you're really nice, but no. Whatever that means. Eventually, my confidence rose, and I did get a girlfriend in 8th grade. Her name was Nikki, and with each day I confided in Carsie, my journal, and I was getting more self-assured, and I found a way to turn everything around. March 31st. Dear Carsie, happy Easter. I broke up with Nikki today. It went really well. I went roller skating. And a lot of girls like me. It made me feel really good. This is going to be a great year. By the way, Steph's going out with Steve, so what? That's life. This is your humble buddy saying, so be it. And despite many failed attempts, I've now been in a 3.5-year relationship. I'm a teacher and somehow always can really relate to the awkward kids in the classroom. And to this day, I am still puzzled at how guys with messy hair can get girls. Thank you.
conservative Christian family in Lynchburg, Virginia. In middle school, I felt ugly and insignificant. I craved attention, and it seemed the best way to get noticed was to be in the popular crowd. The popular girls had everything I wanted, especially boyfriends. So when my family moved to Plano, Texas, I vowed to be less Full House and a little more 90210. If I was going to be popular in my new town, I had to break free from my Christian upbringing and become more sexually experienced, even if that meant compromising my values and made me a little bit shallow. February 1st, 1997. Well, Journal, it happened. My first French kiss. This weekend at the Austin College Convention, I met this guy, John. We danced together nearly the whole time, and we danced so close. I could feel his heart beating right through his shirt, and we kept getting closer and closer. Finally, I was like, "Are you gonna kiss me or what?" He just smiled and started to lean forward, but I said, "Listen, hon, you gotta spit your gum out first." Then his tongue was in my mouth. It felt kind of weird, but in a really good way, like he was sucking my tongue or something. I hope I did it right. June 21st. I went over to Sarah's, and Phil and his friend Jeff were there. Jeff and I talked for a while, then we went into a bedroom. Jeff started kissing me, and then his hands started traveling. He was touching my bare skin. He massaged my breasts, and his hands went down my shorts, and he brushed my pubic hair. I felt uncomfortable because I didn't want him to finger me yet. I only knew him for like 2 hours. I have to admit, everything did feel good, but I felt a little guilty. I hope God forgives me for whatever I did. He pulled out his penis and I jacked it for him. It was kind of gross, especially when this E-track stuff got all over my hand. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. What does this mean? Are we going to be together? September 1st. Princess Diana was killed in a car crash yesterday. I can't believe she's dead. I just heard Elton John's Regretting Candle in the Wind. That song really gets to me. I feel so empty. I think maybe it's also because I feel fat. Maybe my problem is that I'm too self-absorbed. March 1st. Last night I had a little 16th birthday celebration. Matt came and brought 4 friends. A really cute guy named Brandon was majorly flirting with Erica. He looks like Gwyneth Paltrow. I told him so. Matt and I kissed a lot in the hall outside my sister's room. Later we ended up in my closet. I took my shirt off and my jeans halfway so he could finger me. That was my first time getting fingered. At first it hurt, but then he found a good spot. I felt great for about 2 hours after that. June 4th. Well, tonight was definitely a night of firsts. Tonight I went out with Todd Jennings, the boy I met on the scavenger hunt last week. We bought tickets to Never Been Kissed. As soon as the movie started, Todd's hand began running on my leg. Eventually, I ended up uncrossing my legs. His fingers traveled up, my shorts unbuttoned, and he was fingering me like mad. He told me, "I just want to be with you." So we ended up leaving. I didn't really feel bad for a change like I thought I should feel. We went to Timberlake at the point over the lake. He was fingering me on the whole ride up there. I was riding in his car with no panties on. At Timberlake, he licked my peaches. This was my way of saying that it went down. Brad Wimpy was the biggest nerd at my school. I didn't say hi. I pretended that I didn't see him and walked on past. It's so hard to just go up to Brad Wimpy and talk to him in public. August 5th. Tonight I was working on an outline for my autobiography for home ec, and one of the questions was, what do you like about yourself? Well, I sat back for a minute, and nothing really came to me except that I'm pretty, but I didn't want to put that because it sounds so shallow. So I'm putting down something else, like that I have compassion for other people. So I had become popular, also a little superficial. My so-called friends started spreading rumors about me. I quickly realized that being popular wasn't all it was cracked up to be. Eventually, I realized I didn't need to try so hard and found a group of friends who I could just be myself with. Of course, this was not an overnight transformation. Though it might seem small, here's where I started the path towards becoming a person who cared about things other than boys and popularity. January 23rd. Tonight I watched Romy and Michelle's high school reunion. It got me thinking about how we treat each other in high school and how it can hurt us. Maybe people think I'm snobby and I didn't even know it. I hate to admit it, but I still kind of want to be popular. It's hard not to. I guess I should reach out more. Like today, for an experiment, I was in the locker room getting ready when Dana Sarver came in. She had a big knee brace on, so I asked how her leg was. She looked pleasantly surprised and said that it was doing much better. Coach was letting her play. Thanks. People like it when you listen and ask questions about it. So these days, I'm a massage therapist and an actress, and I've been with my boyfriend for almost 4 years. My life looks nothing like 90210, and it's perfect that way. Thank you.
True, you were a virgin until you met me. I was the first to make you hold and wait. You tell your parents that we're going out, never to the movies, just straight to my house. You said it yourself, you like it like I do. Put your lips on my dick and suck my asshole too. I'm like a dog in heat, a freak without warning. Got an appetite for sex, 'cause me so horny. Oh, me so horny. Oh, me so horny. Oh, me so horny. Me love you long time. Oh, me love you long time.
Hello. My name is Peter Knox, and I have been from the peaks of pleasure to the depths of despair. I have dreamt wondrous dreams and suffered terrible tragedies, all the while striving to find the true answers to the profound questions of life and love and existence. I've also done a lot of acid. I grew up in Los Alamos, New Mexico. My senior year of high school, I had it all. I was well-liked, I was involved in the arts, had a great group of friends, and a freshman girlfriend named Meredith, who I was completely in love with. I started my first journal to write down all the interesting thoughts that were kind of circulating through my head. I did not want it to be some whiny repository for, emotional outbursts, and that's what it became. I also did a lot of acid. February 25th, 1999, 3:13 a.m. No drugs, natural state of awareness. Concrete blonde in the background, Meredith and my thoughts, as always. Didn't get very much studying done, despite half-assed determination to do so. I'm worried about losing touch with my friends. Want my fucking driver's license. Thinking of you. This is hard to do. Kind of sleepy. I want to leave, to explore, and enjoy, and experience. I want to stay, and cherish, and enjoy, and develop. Mrs. Moss is a stupid bitch. Oftentimes adults behave as children. How does one measure maturity? 2 questions. Am I writing this for someone else to read? And how much of one's beliefs, i.e. No sex without love, etc., are spoken so that others can compliment you on them? Interesting possibility. March 5th, 1999, 6:49 p.m. At Theater Festival, acid. More than I like. I've decided that I don't like tripping around Meredith. I don't want to be anything but in a natural state around her. Peter needs to learn to make better decisions. Meredith is an altogether better and more mature person than I am. Better in that she is selfless. She is selflessness packaged in an amazingly cute little package. More mature in that she... Fuck! My insight has been lost in a swirling maelstrom of fucking LSD. Fuck. Yes. More mature in that she has attained such a higher level of responsibility than I have. Fuck. I hope I haven't ruined something that could be so much. March 15th, 7:45 p.m. I got accepted to UT Austin. I hope I haven't built this up in myself too much, although I probably have. Oh well, I'll find out in a few months. If I slowly kill my brain, when will I truly realize that I've gotten stupider? Full of trepidation, I decided to go to school in a different state, away from Meredith. Friday, June 11th, 10:38 a.m. Texas time. Summer orientation and registration at UT Austin. It has been an experience. There are some alarmingly ugly people in Texas. On the 28th, I had the best orgasm of my life, thanks to a hand job from Meredith. 11:46 a.m. Sitting in orientation, got cute girls on either side of me, but I was here first. I tend to think of a myriad of other things before I sit. Do others? To what degree? Drugs allow people to see, feel something that they have never experienced before. Once they have seen that it is possible, they can try to find it without narcotics. October 22nd, 2:27 a.m. Today, or yesterday to be exact, has been the hardest, most painful day of my life. For today, I left for college. Today, I said goodbye to my love. I cried more than I can ever remember crying in my whole life. Uncontrollable sobs ripping through my body as my heart is torn into 1,000 pieces. Rationally, breaking up now is the least painful, most intelligent thing to do. But when does one say fuck rational, fuck logic, and be led entirely by emotion? So my first year at college, I skipped the dorms and moved straight to the 21st Street Co-op, where I fucked off my schoolwork in favor of drugs, parties, electronic music, and sexual encounters with random women. At one point, I made a calendar of my drug use and was surprised to find that I was dropping acid like every few days. It had gotten pretty ridiculous. And throughout all this, I missed Meredith more than I could have imagined. Tuesday, October 18th, 2:23 a.m. I hurt as a result of my own actions. Let's outline. I left Meredith. I threw myself into a downward spiral of drugs. I fucked off my university education. I built things up, concoct fantasies, make assurances to myself about things and thoughts without any concrete backing. I tear myself up, and I ask why. Possibilities. 1. Meredith is ecstasy in its purest form. I took a lot, and now I can't be happy with that. 2. I don't know myself as well as I think. 3. I'm a bitch. Friday, January 28th, 2000. I would prefer not to write in ballpoint blue, but hey, I lose pens a lot. I hate to sound like a whiny bitch, but I'm really fucking unhappy. I am more depressed than I have ever been in my life. It pisses me the fuck off. And it scares me as well. I wrote Meredith a letter when I was in Friona. It was hard to do. I can't blame her. I am but a shadow with walls for eyes. I have no love for life right now. Life can go fuck itself. I decided to drive back to New Mexico and see if I could salvage what we had. It takes about 13 hours to drive from Austin to Los Alamos. I had a steady regimen of about half a joint and a cigarette every hour. And I was all alone, so I recorded myself talking to myself on a mini tape recorder. Here's a little clip. 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 Nope, I guess it's not gonna happen. Sorry about it. It was, wait for it. I'm gonna wait, I'm gonna wait. There was a really funny part during this trip. It was in 2 days, and I actually ended up picking up a hitchhiker. It's not part of the clip, but the weird thing about it was that this hitchhiker, he was like 6'5", and I'm not very big, and he couldn't talk. He was like mute. So I had this guy who couldn't speak, like sitting next to me in my car for about an hour and a half. I'm sitting there smoking my joints.
Part of me driving was excited, part of me driving was mortified. Like, sure. I mean, I think if I'd been pulled over by a psychiatrist, it would have been worse than being pulled over by a cop.
When I got home, I went to a party only to see Meredith with her new boyfriend. I was crushed. I drove back to Texas and reevaluated. Wednesday, February 26th. What happened to my willpower? It was never too good when it came to schoolwork. But the time has come for major willpower. No pot, no cigarettes after this pack. No sleeping around with girls I don't know. This is it. It's coming down to the wire. Definitely need to take Kung Fu and Tai Chi. No more slacking. And on top of it all, ultimately, I want Meredith and myself happily ever after. Shit. So I never did get back together with Meredith, but we are friends on Facebook. I did graduate. I now sell wine for a living. And I'm going to grad school at the University of Denver next fall. So things have worked out all right. And before you ask, I really can't get you any acid.
Cry out in your sleep.
with rage. I was really into theater. I always followed the rules. I never drank or did drugs. I was absolutely terrified of authority figures, and I never even cursed, at least in front of people. I had my dorky obsessions. But I also really needed attention and appreciation, and I wanted people to like me, always. But this often led to me choking back how I really felt. So in my sophomore year of high school, I joined LiveJournal, which is online, and for those of you who may not know, it was sort of an early form of social networking, a sort of blog community, a place to confess your heart's desires and discontents to the entire world, unless you locked your entries, which I did not. Anybody could read them. And so I regularly posted about my day, my frustrations, my wishes, my moods. There was a little thing where you could pick your mood for the day, and it would show people the online quiz results that I got, anything and everything. And this is when my darker side started to emerge, to the very people I discussed in my entries. December 21st. Current mood, uncomfortable. I have all this anger inside of me. I am a hateful person. I hate the guilt I have. My guilt gives me really strong morals, which other people construe as prudish or closed-minded. But I like my morals, and I keep to them, and will continue to do so. December 15th, 2002. Everyone met up at IHOP. Nick said something that others agreed with that royally pissed me off. I was very hyper. People were telling me to calm down. We got on the topic of immaturity, and Nick said, "I love you, Casey, but you're very immature." Others murmured their agreements. I was so shocked I could hardly speak. WTF! I think out of all the people around me, I was one of the most mature. I think of myself this way because of my decisions in life. I have never really drank anything besides a daiquiri in Cancun with my mother. Never once smoked, had any sexual relations, been tardy to class in 4.5 years, not had a 4.0, had a detention, skipped school, got grounded. Most people would think I'm OCD or just a rigid person, but if you know me, I am definitely not that. June 23rd. Yay! Go Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix! I'm only up to chapter 8. I'm savoring all the goodness I've seriously missed these past 3 years. Also, I have an announcement. This is to anyone who is even thinking of giving away the ending and who dies. I have personally promised myself that I will, no matter who the person is or how well I know them, that if they say anything to spoil it for me, I will inflict severe physical pain on the person in question to be decided after the crime. I'm totally serious, guys. Don't be fucks and ruin this book for anyone. January 27th, 2003. How I be feeling? Blissful! Usually as strenuous activities, I start out strong, and my defects sit in. Being weak, short, uncoordinated, asthmatic. When I fight fair, it never turns out right. But if I was in a bitch fight, man, I could do so well. I know what to do. The biting, hair pulling, kicking, slamming. Oh, I could be so good at fighting bad. The next girl who shoves me in the hall better watch out. January 30th. Current mood, chipper. Went to the OK Go and the Donna's concert, rocked out major. People were really mean during the Donna's part of the show, and they kept shoving and pushing, and I was at stage level, so I was smashed into the stage. I ended up using a slew of colorful words for certain other rude audience members. Want to hear some? Okay. Jerk, loser, asshole, idiot, bitch, dick, fucker, kids who are really involved in theater at Westwood want something, like a letter jacket. So I came up with this idea for Westwood Drama Honor Student jackets. Black jackets, white embroidery letters. Front, small on the left breast pocket, theater masks, person's first name. Back, big letters, Westwood Drama Honor Student. Now, not just anyone can get these. You have to work for them. Requirements for a Westwood Drama Honor Student jacket. 1, have worked in or on at least 10 Westwood productions in or outside of school. 2, been in at least 2 years of theater classes. 3, must be approved by all 3 theater teachers. 4, must be approved by the drama club presidents. 4A, if turned down by the presidents, can present witnesses against accusation. 8:13 p.m. I'm making an apology to everyone whom I might have offended in some way, shape, or form in the past few days. I'm sorry about the whole theater jacket thing. I just wanted feedback on an idea, not to offend anyone. I myself will try even harder now to be a better person in understanding everyone's parts in theater. I'm sorry about the Donnie Darko thing. You're probably right about the meaning if that's what the director said. I didn't mean to give away the ending with the God symbolism thing. Also, John, I'm sorry about the Judaism thing. June 7th, 2003. What type of gay man are you? I am a pretty boy. May 18th, 2003. Current mood, pissed off. Thank you so much for letting me take the set to Westwood and unload tons of rusty metal and untreated wood into the school. I love working my ass off for nearly 12 hours with little break and not be able to go out and celebrate such a wonderful performance by the actors, singers, and dancers of the show. I forgot, you're the most important to the show. I just don't feel like it. What? You don't like bitch work? God, I love it so much it fills me with an unobtainable desire for more. I love having my grades slipped so I can be in performances and rehearsals that you feel the need to leave early from. I love how my own family leaves without saying hi or good job. I love how I'm not in the actual class, but did more work than half the people in it. I like being so mad, I want to hit someone. October 21st. What movie do you belong in? Fight Club. I should also mention, I wanted a lead part in a school theater production so badly, but I was always cast in children's roles, which were usually pretty small, as an example of how young I looked. Not the one with the boobs. This is a theme that continued throughout high school. August 27th, 2003. Oh, how I love this quote. Failure, when your best just isn't good enough. It sure fits. It sucks when no matter how hard you try, how much you care, how much you give and pray and ask, and it comes down to you looking too young to play a woman. I'm 16 going on 11. God, I'm a mess. I swear to God, I will choke anyone who complains about their part around me. I'll fucking choke you! It might be shocking, but I did actually manage to graduate without harming anyone. I still write in my live journal every week, but I've toned down the drama and found healthier ways to deal with my anger. I'm also still performing. In fact, I perform at the wonderful Hideout and Cold Town Theaters every week. And in those performances, no one can tell me what I can do. I can play any age or part that I want to, and I absolutely love my artistic life. And I still kind of think that matching jackets are cool. Thanks.
Boys may come and boys may go, and that's all right, you say. Experiences made me rich, and now they're after me. 'Cause we are living in a material world, and I am a material girl. You know we're living in a material world, and I am a material girl.
Hi, I'm Ted Meredith. It used to be Teddy, but then I decided I wanted to survive junior high. So, when I was 14 years old, I wanted to chronicle and remember just how shitty it feels to be 14 and going through puberty. I thought maybe if I could just get it all out, I could quit feeling sorry for myself, and I was just tired of being young, awkward, and smelly. I believed that if I could just make it to my adult years, everything would improve. But before that could happen, I needed to pinpoint exactly what it was that was wrong with me. And then I could fix it. It proved to be a little bit more difficult than I expected. Here's what was wrong with me. I procrastinate. I flirt with everyone. I'm fat and argumentative. I think I have something to add to every conversation. Selfish, inexperienced, short, acne, ugly, stupid, not funny, never serious, suicidal, and, well, overdramatic. Sarcastic, fake, blunt, crude, mean, overly aggressive, too passive, too weak, pitiful, know-it-all, faithless, unattractive. I try to impress people. Smelly, greasy, sweaty, too sensitive, easily hurt, vulnerable, a pushover, afraid, hypochondriac, too anxious, uncaring, self-absorbed, obnoxious, annoying, repetitive. No direction, foolish, bland, unexciting, spastic, horrible, unpleasant, and unforgiving. Messy, obsessive, and false. I masturbate too much. I never do anything. Wasteful, waste time, lazy, forgetful, forgettable, lonely, and heartless. Bashful, insecure, no confidence. Ridiculous, childlike, and irresponsible. Biased, lustful, proud, gluttonous, bad speller, overconfident, and immature. I'm a fucking hoarder. Desperate, weird, sad, and unrelenting. Disrespectful, girly, trite, disturbed, unconvincing, flabby, my hair, my nose. I don't feel connected to my penis. Misleading. I steal. I cry too easily. Joke too much. I generalize. Panicky. Blind. Too trusting. Picky. Pushy. Slow. Unathletic. Domineering. Inconsiderate. Imbalanced. Disheveled. Smartass. Small. Impatient. Intolerant. Don't participate. Average. Repulsive. Pathetic. Plain. Useless. Petty. Fussy. Talk pointlessly with no one listening. Don't complete anything. Gullible. Untalented. Simple. Overcautious. Indecisive. Amateur. So, I'd be lying if I said I fixed all of those things. But I'm working on it. Thank you.
Now that I have tried to talk to you, make you understand, all that you have to do is close your eyes and just reach out your hand. And hold me close, ever let me go. More than words is all you ever needed you to show. Then you
Hi, I'm Zach. When I was a teenager, my journal read more like notebooks of Thomas Edison than a normal diary. It was filled with equations, theories of time displacement, and future investment ideas. I was trying to find that omni equation that would allow me to understand everything. But the one thing I wanted to figure out most of all eluded me: girls. I knew I was definitely not a chick magnet, although I wasn't averse to inventing one. So I decided to focus on my strengths. I would use the power of the scientific method and my knowledge of comic books to land me a girlfriend. How could this fail? October 9th, 1994. Will a light laser pop a bubble? May 23rd, infatuate. To inquire with a temporary unreasoning love for a person or thing. Stephanie at church. I like her, but she's a little remote. She kind of steers clear of the guys unless you act normal. I've been working at it. You know what I think is one reason I like Stephanie? Her hair. She's got it cut just right. It reminds me of Rogue's haircut in the Age of Apocalypse series. I traced a picture of Rogue onto the next sheet of paper. Take a look, see what you like. You know what's really too bad? That comic books aren't real. Because I think I'm really in love with Rogue. She's just so perfect. But now you must excuse me, I've got to go poop. October 18th. Will a sun lamp and magnifying glass light paper or tissue? If so, how long will it take? January 1st. I'm going to perform an experiment. It's a rather nasty experiment, mind you, but it's a legitimate and necessary one. Besides, it is to my benefit. About 15 minutes ago, I had the urge to ejaculate from my pelvis region. So I did so. But what happens if you don't do it when you have the urge? And if you don't do it a lot, will the urges eventually go away? I will keep you updated. July 7th. I think I like Leanne. August 25th. Forget it. I tried this love thing out and I'm just not that great at it. Idea for future investments. Start a company that launches trash into space instead of disposing it into the ground. September 11th. I usually try any way I can to stay home from church, but I really wanted to go tonight. I would go anywhere to see Lee and Stephanie, but I can't have them both because they were sisters. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ask each of them a hypothetical question. If someone like me asked someone like you out, you think she would go with them? I hope it works, because I can't take this much more. January 23rd. Well, I've been having urges on and off the last couple of days, but just now I had a really strong one. I almost went through with it, but resisted and was able to stop myself. It is very distracting. I'm sitting here trying to do my homework, and all I can think about is sexual pleasures. But is it really wrong? I don't see anywhere in the Bible that it says masturbation is wrong, though there could be. I'll have to look. Now, is it healthy? I'll have to find out that too. How? I don't know. But I must base all my decisions on known facts. Otherwise, what do I have to weigh in the decision? September 18th. I came this close to asking Lee out. I was going to say, tu eres bellísimo, which means you're very beautiful. But I just didn't get the chance. Idea for future investment. A toilet with a hump or hole or something at the end so guys, or girls perhaps, don't have to push their, stuff down in the pot. April 13th. Did you know birds are racist? Yep. You know that saying, birds of a feather flock together? They don't let no other colored birds in their flock go away. They segregate themselves, racist little beasts. Pretty though. July 3rd. Today I got a haircut, and this time when they combed it straight back, it parted in the middle. All this time I thought I would have a side part my whole life, and then one day it just parts in the middle. You know, it's too bad I don't write everything down in here. My life's very interesting. So that haircut got me thinking. I realized that if I wanted to attract the girls, I would have to change my nerdy image. Using my comic book knowledge, I created an alter ego for myself. Kind of like Batman, Bruce Wayne. So I called that alter ego something women would love. Mist. Mist was that part of myself that was everything I couldn't be in real life. Sexy, seductive, suave, the penultimate ladies man. And keep in mind during all of this that I was a good church-going boy, and nothing ever really happened with any of these girls, and they probably all thought we were just friends. June 8th. Christy calls me a playful spirit with a pure heart. It's nice, but it stabs. I have charmed so many girls. I'm too good at it. Right now, 5 or 6 are on the line thinking they're the only ones I care about. The only ones I love. And I don't really love any of them. I am nice and true on the outside, but on the inside I'm cruel and evil. I watch nudity on the TV all the time. Afterwards, I regret it, but I still go back for more. I at least live by a few moral codes, so I haven't and don't want to get any of them in bed. It pains me even to say that, because I know I could if I really wanted to. And afterwards, I would leave, disappear, they'd never see me again. That's the way it would happen. I know. I am a playful spirit, a very playful spirit. But I have yet to obtain that pure heart, and that is what I truly want. October 25th. Guess what? Mist almost came out tonight. He was right there, but immediately sunk away when I began to see the girls again. I don't know why. I suppose it's because they're my friends and they know that it wasn't me. Or maybe, I think it was that if I let him out full on, I don't really know what he'd do. Also, I know that whatever he said, whoever he said it to would think he means it and he doesn't. He's just there to have a good time and he knows the quickest way to do it. April 15th. Hey, check out this pickup line I made up. Hey, I got the nuts, you got the spread, let's go home and make peanut butter. Where were you girls when you did April 20th. Oh dear. It's strange because Pam is the one I'm with, Kelly's the one I'm after, and Jean's the last name I say before I go to sleep at night. Pretty soon I might have a saga. The one who was, the one who is, and the one who will be. May 7th. My life right now is synonymous with let's give them something to talk about. I am now finally going to take the time out of my busy schedule, to write down my theories of light, space, and time. I've known about these for months now, but I'm just now getting time to write it down. Kind of sad, huh? July 25th. I think Mist is dead. The other day I had a revelation. I saw a movie called Real Genius, and it changed me. I strive to be like the main character, and in doing so, realize that it doesn't matter what people think of you, as long as you stay confident and do what you think is right. And you know what? I feel so confident that this week sometime, I'm going to ask Laura, a girl on my soccer team, out. So there, ha! Keep smiling, my friend, it's good for you. November 18th. Does a bubble pop when you shoot a beam of laser light through? Answer, it doesn't pop. Amazing, isn't it? So eventually I broke out of my shell, and getting involved in theater helped a lot. I embraced the comic book nerd inside me and realized that I didn't need Mist, although I still do consult with him from time to time.
Do anything
but I was raised by very rural country folk who enjoyed like watching Hee Haw and Dukes of Hazzard and stuff. And for some reason, I decided to be a nerd who loved PBS. And I kind of learned that from my grandmother. But in particular, I loved all the British programming on PBS. And so from junior high through high school, I was pretty much obsessed. I wanted to go to England. I felt that was my true home, where my heart was, in the Isle across the sea. And there I could openly love Remington Steele and Patrick Stewart, and later on New Order. But my mom was totally against me traveling anywhere, much less to England, so I had to make do where I was. And at 13, I decided to write my diary as if I was Charles Dickens. Entry 5, June 5th, 1983, time 1 p.m. Well, haven't I got some news to tell? Yesterday turned out far better than I could have expected. My dear friend, Brenda Wilder, first called me at about 5 o'clock and asked would I be interested in going with her to see the movie The Return of the Jedi. I said yes. Brenda's mother, a wonderful, funny, kind lady, took us in what I call the Wilder wagon, it was a big station wagon, to Town East, where the movie was. Kim, Brenda, and I waited in the longest line behind the cutest man for our tickets. Well, we luckily got 3 seats together in the theater, 3 rows from the screen. And we sat behind 3 boys in baseball uniforms. The first was hulky and coarse-looking. The second, who I felt sorry for, was a cross-eyed fellow with thick, horn-rimmed glasses, a ready smile, and the look of one starved of friendship, then suddenly, suspiciously gorged with it. His blonde hair was precisely parted down the side and neatly combed. I don't know why, but I deeply pitied that guy. The third fellow was truly handsome and kind, I think, because he told the other 2 guys to lay low in their seats so the short girls behind us can see. That was just too gallant. Ah! And then, the movie itself was simply glorious, outstanding, superb. Such camaraderie, too, of the audience. We all clapped when Luke did well, or when the Ewoks saved the day. Sadly, when a good little Ewok died, we all cried together. It was wonderful, to say the least. Then the next day, June 4th, 1983, time 3:57 p.m. I'm having a complete fit of boredom. This has been the dullest day imaginable, not to mention trying, and yet it isn't even over. I woke up this morning, and I ate a piece of buttered toast, and I left for Cassaview Library, where I again worked from 10 a.m. to 12 noon as a volunteer helper. Not much there but starving children and the doddering aged. Grandmother picked me up, and we journeyed to the grocery store, where I miserably led her from row to shop. Then, horror of all horrors, as if it wasn't bad enough that I looked like a cucumber head, we had to go to Radio Shack. And we had to get some mysterious type of battery for her watch/pin. And there, I saw a nearly handsome man who, although he wore a bit too much hairspray, looked like a fairly good impersonation of my Remington Steele. He was a bit too naughty, however. So, I know. As I got older, I then became obsessed with joining the Royal Shakespeare Company, and I decided I needed some experience, so I wanted to audition for the Dallas Shakespeare Festival. And then my mother forbade me. She totally would not let me go audition, and to me, this was a giant tragedy of Shakespearean proportions. I'm just gonna die. and not do what I want. And I'm ugly and I want to be beautiful and I just want to go to England and be alone. I want to not die for a little while, but I will. And then I won't get to sing or act or even do wilder things like meet Matthew Broderick or Remington Steele or marry Prince Edward or act with the Royal Shakespeare Company. I will die. I know, soon, when I'm young, because everything for dreamers is disillusion, and the greatest tragedy is reality. The greatest sorrow is life. But then finally, I got a little good time. My high school was going to take a group of kids to London during spring break. And so I paid for the deposit with my savings from working at Dillard's, but I didn't tell my mom I was doing it, and it was non-refundable. So I got in trouble at home, but I had an awesome time. So here I finally make it to London in 1987. Oh, and I can't forget, coming home on the first night in London, I met Gail, and we smushed on the left next to these two cute British boys who made us laugh. Like they knew they were making us laugh. It was like a game. And they like mimicked the lift operator, and they said, ooh, animals, animals, ooh, he loves the lift, move right to the top, eh? Love it a bit, right? And we laughed, and we joked like, and they were like, don't laugh at us, right? And I was like, love it a bit. Fun! Saturday, I was alone the rest of the day, so I went back to the hotel and I changed clothes and I meet Gail and Robin at the Hard Rock Cafe. But remember, I have eaten nothing but toast today, and they've already eaten. So I grabbed the British equivalent of a Snickers bar, and we attempt to call the ticket office. So then we just decide we'll just go to the Academy House Theater in Brixton, the site of a race riot a few years ago. Not too scary a part of town, just poor. And we got tickets, and it was unbelievable. And we were just 10 feet from the stage. It was so fun. The punks were nice, not violent. And they were cute guys. And we slammed when New Order came on. It was the best. And the people, not too violent where we were, only one girl totally drugged. And then she got carried out. And then this Bonovox look-alike right next to me, and I lusted. Slam and sweat and leap and dance, and my knees almost gave out. But then, hotel, I was up till 3 a.m. and these guys from South Africa, cute, all talking about the concert and life and the differences between South Africa and America. Fun! And then, like 2.5 hours of sleep, but up for nasty breakfast again, and then to Gatwick Airport. There you go. I've never gotten over my love of England, and I still do love Remington Steele.
All right, give everybody a hand, all right? Well, I hope we got you back to those angst-ridden times. First of all, let's give a big round of applause to the after-school special. That is Bethany Salonica on the auto harp, Mandy Prater on the guitar and percussion, and Ryan the Mailman on bass. I hope you guys were playing Guess the Tune as we went along. So, what did we learn tonight? That's the question before us. What did we learn tonight? I guess the first thing we learned was that when a stranger offers you a ride, you are required to say yes. Sometimes you just need your peaches licked. There are some alarmingly ugly people in Texas. Can't deny that. A Harry Potter fan can still fucking strangle you. What do you do when you don't feel connected to your penis? Who knows? If you're having trouble with girls, create an alter ego. Also, birds are racist. And finally, Return of the Jedi is quite gallant. Such camaraderie. Well, we hope you guys had fun. We want to thank the Alamo Drafthouse for having us. Let me introduce the band one more time, the After School Special. And the other producers of this project, big hand for Eric and Lise and Michelle Dollenberg. Come on up. Up in front. Thank you guys so much. And the most important thing is that this is all done with volunteers. You don't have to be an actor, just anybody. We dare you to go dig up these times in your lives. These ancient times where we all learned so much about who we are and became the people that we are today. So we challenge you to do that. You can go to the website and sign up for our next show. So the after schools, or come see one of us after the show. We will get your email address. All right, the after school special is going to take us out. Thank you so much for being here. Mortified!